All right, we're here with Booger Jones, formerly known as the King of Poses, but still a legend, all around legend, the one and only. How you been?
I've been amazing, man.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful to be here. It's been like, how long since I've seen you, man?
It's been like four years.
Yeah, about 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, back then I was modeling, and a lot's happened since then.
Hence, formerly known as the King of Poses.
I know. Now I'm just the legend of creativity, VFX. I'm now more behind the scenes, if you will. So before I was in front of the camera, now I'm behind the camera. So
yeah,
we'll dive into that in a little bit too. So.
And we got our coconut waters. Every guest,
yeah, absolutely. We got to have the coconut water. So
so every guest, I asked them which drink you would want, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, and you chose coconut water. Why coconut water?
The way you said that, my man. Look. So coconut water, specifically organic coconut water, is to me is one of nature's most purest forms of hydration. So I like to consume it, in quantities, and just stay knowledgeable about what I put into my body, because that represents the energy that I have, the personality I have, the creativity
that goes along with diet too. Diet's important.
Absolutely. Like a lot of my health, both internally, externally, comes from the way that I diet, my lifestyle.
What do you eat usually?
So I've been vegan. I've eaten plant-based for about 9 years now. So with that's no meat, no animal, nothing from an animal. And so everything I've been eating lately is, it's kind of hard to say, kind of pinpoint, because like typically when a person eats meat, right, it's, chicken, pork, or beef, it's one of the three. But when the people ask me, I'm like, I eat chickpeas, I eat kidney beans, I eat black beans, I eat tofu, I eat, noodles, I eat pasta, I eat, I make anything you can think of, there's a vegan option for it. And, obviously going into it for almost a decade, like, I'm able to.
One of the interesting ones for me is instead of chorizo, it's soy riso. Yeah, that's an interesting one for me.
So, soy for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, soy is not always the best option, but it is a good option to kind of get into the nature of things. And
when was the last time you had Taco Bell?
Taco Bell? Oh, it's been years. I don't even remember the last time I had Taco Bell.
The reason why I bring it up because there's a bag over there.
I'm not even trying to get no Taco Bell. Like, it's not even one of my things.
So when did you become vegan? When was the last time? When was the last time you had meat?
Well, that's what I was saying. It's been 9 years for me.
9 years.
Yeah,
9
okay.
Years.
Yeah, and I loved it. And the story behind that, just to kind of get into a little real quick, is it was originally a dare.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a dare to try it, and once I did, I just felt the difference. Like, I tried it for about 1 to 2 weeks, and like how I felt internally, just like even things like what you thought was normal isn't. Like waking up in the morning, I thought it was normal to wake up and feel like shit. You know what I mean? But like, like when people say I got to take a shower, get my morning coffee, splash my face, whatever it is they do, scratch their ass, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like once I did that for a while, like I noticed like I woke up with energy, and it was just like my skin got better. Like I had mental clarity, all of it. Like it was just, I kind of like the way I phrase it to people is like, imagine having an iPhone 4 for most of your life, and then I hand you an iPhone 14, right? And then you have that for a month, and then I snatch it and take it back, and you go, "Here's your 4." You'd be like, "Nah, I want the upgrade." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just simply how I felt about it, and I just found what works for me over time. So
you don't have an iPhone though, do you?
No, I do.
We talked about that. I remember texting you about.
Why you put me on the spot like that, bro? I don't have an iPhone. Yeah.
But you have a Mac. You have a Mac laptop, right?
Yeah, I do have a MacBook.
Okay.
I at least have one Apple product.
There you go. Yeah.
Because AirDrop is a vibe for sure.
It's easy.
Yeah, like that's that's kind of what sold me on the Mac game is AirDrop. So
Yeah.
yeah, especially when I'm working with clients, it's just like troop back and forth. You know what I mean?
You have an Android. What phone do you have?
I got some like Galaxy Note shit. Like I don't know, bro. Like I don't even remember what version. It's just it works. That's
It
all
works
I know.
as long as you're happy with
works.
it. It works. You know,
man.
Yeah, that's good.
But
You'll see my face after I drink this. This is definitely an acquired taste.
Nobody's forcing you to sip on that.
Oh
man.
no, I'm down to try anything
Okay.
new. So yeah.
All right, man.
So let's talk about more on why you're no longer the king of poses and how you transition into the more behind the scenes role, doing what you do, directing and all that fun stuff. So first of all, why not do poses anymore, and why not be a model anymore?
So there's kind of multiple reasons for that, and it kind of gets deep. One major reason is a lot of things happen in my life, especially with the nature of, what everyone experienced during COVID. It was hard for a lot of people. But to me personally, I ended up encountering a situation where I hit rock bottom. I ended up in a position where I lost my job, I lost my house, everything. Ended up just living on the streets. I ended up living in my car for about a few months. And then after I got my shit together, I eventually got back on my feet, and I got to a point where I realized, like, this isn't something I no longer want to do anymore. Like, a lot of life shit has happened, and it's like I can't no longer go back to the version of who I was anymore. And I just felt that, you know what I mean? And
Like you're a new person now since then.
Yeah, man. And not only that, like, just as time progressed on and as I got older, it's like I don't want to just be modeling and doing silly poses like in my 50s and 60s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to do something that I felt for me was more timeless. Not to say you couldn't do that, for anyone who chooses to. It just wasn't no longer for myself. And after a while, it's funny too, like doing what I do now, because I always told myself like I would never pick up a camera. That was something I never wanted to do to begin with. Like, and then after all those life choices happened, I just decided, let's go for it. So when I was living on the streets, I kind of just did like these little side jobs where I saved money over time. And I ended up getting a Sony A6400 that was on sale like on eBay or something. And I ended up shooting, just asking around different people. I started with music videos because a lot of the people I had relationships with that shot videos, they started out with music videos. So I was like, all right, cool. I would reach out to a bunch of different, artists, see who wanted to shoot. Most people ask, where's your work? Let me see your resume. I'm like, oh, I got one. Because
like, they need to see something.
Yeah. Most people don't trust you unless they have something to see. But I'm like, how can I have something to see if you don't trust me? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, but long story short, I ended up getting to shoot with my first artist. Shout out Styles. Styles, I definitely appreciate him for allowing me to shoot and show off my creativity and let me have full control over that. We created this cool ass video. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it was like this freestyle that he came up with, very fire, and we ended up putting this amazing video together. I used that. As kind of a staple piece to show other artists. When, one became two became three, and then it ended up branching off and taking off of there. And then, in addition to that, models started to see, started to notice the creativity as well. So a lot of models started reaching out as well. And so that's where I started doing a lot of fashion films, music videos, narratives, just simply like visual VFX presentations, because that's another thing that kind of got into by accident, is just VFX, I always, marveled over the, different movies and TV shows that had powers. And I was like, well, I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like I want to try something of that nature. So I did. And it just eventually became a thing. And people just started asking me to start adding effects to their videos over time. And that's kind of what I do on the side now.
Well, I feel like it helped too, because you surrounded yourself with all those people, like with photographers and videographers and stuff like that. So I'm sure you learned a lot just by being around those types of people. Who's a good one? J5 Media?
Oh yeah,
you know
J5 Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, John, man.
Yeah. Another John.
Yeah, another John we know.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, John. Yeah, I love John.
Yeah.
I haven't seen John in forever, but John definitely was someone back when he was shooting videos. I don't know if he still does now. I know he does a lot more graphic design now, but
Yeah.
John, when he was doing videography, he really helped me get seen, I would say, because he provided me with a lot of motivation, and and shout out to him for shooting a lot of my videos and things of that nature, to where I was able to really showcase my creativity through modeling at the time.
Yeah.
And so I definitely appreciate him for that, and just anyone else that I've worked with back then who was able to give me a chance and opportunity, to really like market myself through their network, because they didn't have to do that. It was like a lot of them reached out to me, just wanted me to model for them, and that's kind of how I grew. You know what I'm saying? It was my face being shown on everybody's platforms because everybody wanted to interact and shoot with me.
Yeah.
At that time, so it's a nice change of pace, seeing one end and the other now. You know what I mean? So
do you like it almost being better? Like, do you like it better being behind the scenes rather than like being in front of the camera, pictures being taken of you?
I do like it better. I still like my time in front of the camera.
Well, I remember I would see sometimes too on your posts a while back, you do skits. You do some skits, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did do some skits a while back.
Yeah.
I haven't done any recently. I should probably do some.
You're funny.
But no, thank you, man. Yeah, I try to expand the level of what it is that I do, just to kind of see, what it is my audience is receptive to and what's not. But I kind of found that my area lately has been more in the alternative arts. So I do a lot of like dark, and twisted grunge type of creativity. Like if you go to my page, like one of my pin posts, there's like a hand coming out of one of the model's mouths and stuff like that, he's trying to reach out while the other one's coming out of her back and pulling her head like this. So it's like,
I think I saw that one.
But it's stuff like that just comes to mind randomly. People ask where my creativity comes from. I don't know. It's
all up here, man.
Yeah, it's just here, but it's a dark, twisted place. But,
yeah.
It is what it is.
Let's actually pull up some of those, and then I'm sure we could expand it in the edits.
Right,
Oops.
Are you getting calls and shit?
Yeah. My mama. I'll call you back, mama. I'll call you back.
Yeah, right.
So let's see. We're gonna go on your post, and some of these edits that you do are crazy.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you. So I gotta tell you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm saying I gotta tell you though, like the level of creativity that is now with all the dark sense of things, like a lot of it intimidates a lot of people. Like I've reached out to plenty of models and creatives, and I'll pose an idea to them, and they're just like, whoa, I just wanted to do fall fashion, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of them just want that simplicity, or a lot of times when I do shoot stuff, it's too dark and grunge and of a look, and they're like, I just want the clean white, model look, so it really just depends too. But I've also learned that there is a market for what you do, the more you do it.
It stands out though too, the dark, twisted
you know what I mean?
stuff.
And the more I've started to do it, because that's how it was initially. It was just I'd scare off a lot of people, like I don't want to do that. I don't want to you know what I mean? But now, like the more I've been able to show that level of art, that people are now starting to reach out, like more alternative models, more people that are just receptive to it, or even like some of the shy ones that are just like, I've always wanted to try something different, but nobody else wants to do this. You know what I mean? Kind of more on the flip side, like they've been looking to do something dark and alternative, and haven't found a photographer or videographer that wants to do that. So that's kind of
you come in though.
Yeah, exactly. So
what can you explain with this? We won't the volume will be on mute, but with this right here.
Oh, Hallie.
Yeah,
Hallie. So this is a
that's my baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my baby. That's a new track that Hallie put out. I believe her name is Sareen, is how you pronounce it, but it's essentially Siren is where the where it comes from. But yeah, that's one of her new tracks that she's coming out with. and had the pleasure of having the opportunity to shoot that music video on her behalf.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful one, man. So like it's taking a step away from the dark grunge stuff. I got a chance to do something more beautiful and
She's beautiful.
R&B. Oh yeah, she's gorgeous, man. You know, I cannot deny that. But yeah, it allowed me to do something that's more beautiful in nature. You know, showcasing off her body, her presence, her beautiful voice, all of it. So. You know, I'm almost completed with that video, so I'm excited to show that one off.
Awesome.
As well.
And then we got this one too. This was also really cool.
Oh man, that one is one of my favorites. That one got a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
That one is with the model Deja.
Deja,
yeah, Deja La Perla. Yeah. Shout out to Deja.
Beautiful name, Deja.
Yeah, Deja. Beautiful model, beautiful talent. Beautiful name. But so Deja and I had linked up through Instagram. She had followed up some of my work, and I ended up pitching a creative idea where, you know, I kind of wanted to give off a creative tomboy look to her, and that was right up her alley. So it worked right out. And yeah, man, I don't know what came to mind. I promise there was no drugs involved with that video, but I was just in a very, you know, my mind was just racing with creativity with that one, and I just kind of just threw it all at this video and just putting a fire beat to it, you know, and that's just kind of what bloomed to life, literally, like
bloomed.
Cool. Like from their head splitting open to the flowers coming out,
open,
the Mario vine, like there was just like 10 different effects all in, you know, in one visual, you know what I'm saying, before the scene even switched. You know what I mean? I worked very hard on that one. That one took a lot of hours, but I'm excited and about how the final product came out. So I would love to do another one with her. So
and I remember a while back too. You did a music video a while back, a long time ago, and I must say you're my first non-music guest in the studios right now.
Oh, really?
The first one.
All right. Well, shout out. Shout out.
So like, do you get any inspiration with local music artists out here that you listen to, or just music in general that you can bring into your talent as well, being a director? And
what I typically get motivated by is people's passion for their music. So when people come to me asking to shoot a video on their behalf, you know, that they present me, you know, the nature of their song, that kind of give me a background of where the inspiration from the song came, and their vision of how the video wants, you know, they would like it to look. And I find inspiration in that, because a lot of the stories behind people's songs, well, just the fact that they even have a story to begin with, you know what I mean? But a lot of the stories behind people's songs is really deep and, you know, very, you know, thought out and, you know, elaborate. And it's like, well, if they're putting all this into their music, well, I got to show out and put all that into their video. You know what I mean? So I kind of just vibe off of people's, you know, inspiration and dedication to their music. And based on, you know, the beat sequences, the tone, you know, the storyline, all of that, that's what inspires my creativity. Because my creativity as far as video goes always stems from the song first, or the sound, if you will. Because
you paint a picture just by hearing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because different, you know, beats, different vibes set the tone for different videos. You know what I'm saying? You can sync a song, you know, one way versus another to the same video, and it would just give off a different vibe. You know what I mean? And so based on how their music is, then I come up with that creativity and then, you know, stems a video that, you know, that I put together for them.
Do you have any new projects coming out?
So yes, I do. I have one with Def Child and Tata Crown called Cactus Cooler. That one's a more fun, animated, trippy LSD type of vibe.
No drugs being used.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
no,
no drugs in the video.
No drugs,
you know, or pre-production. You know, yeah. So Cactus Cooler is one that's about to drop. I have Hallie's video. That's my baby. Yeah, that we
that's
just
my
looked
baby.
At. Oh yeah, that's my baby.
I don't know why I say that's my baby.
Why is it that's the country remix. Okay, yeah.
That's my baby.
Yeah, that's my baby. And then I also have another one with J Coco called Switch It Up. That one's more like that. It's like that hard hitting rapper vibe. Yeah. You know what I mean. So, so those are the three I got in the works that I'm about to drop. And then other than that, I've just been attending events, pop-up shops.
Mm-hmm.
And then also what I would like to talk to you about is there's a new show that I'm shooting for as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a fashion talk show or podcast show, if you will. It's
Yeah.
called Fashion Risk.
Okay.
And essentially what the show pertains to is it's stems off of talking and educating about affordable fashion. And to dig deeper into that, talks more about how to take affordable fashion and make it look more, stylish, high class, whatever the case may be, like, because one of the hosts always says you don't need a lot of money to look fashionable, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need the Gucci, the Prada to look, fashionable. Like right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I probably got this from Ross, these shoes from like, you know what I'm saying? TJ Maxx,
I got these
shades from the
Adidas
dollar
for
store,
for a deal off Amazon. They
Yeah,
were like
you know what I'm
70% off. 70% off. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things fashionable you can find on sale. Like, you don't have to overspend your money. And not to mention, a lot of people also have things in their closet that they don't know how to style together.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's a lot of the feedback that we've gotten so far from the show. It's men especially have been reaching out, asking the host, like, hey, how can I style myself in a way, that either looks like you or that looks more attractive, or just simply just looks fashionable. And so the show, Fashion Risk, has 4 hosts. It's two male hosts, 2 female hosts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Moan, Just, Armani M Styles, and Lala.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you guys do the production at?
So we have we're partnered with a studio. Studio 7 is the name, and it's located in Phoenix. And so we do our shoots out of there.
Nice.
We have this whole setup. It's got like a nice blue couch and everything.
Everything's in Phoenix.
Yeah,
I mean, we're in Phoenix right now.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Actually, you just gave me an idea when you were talking about fashion.
Yeah, man.
We're only going to show like 2 pictures of John Cornelio.
Okay.
And you're going to judge his fashion in those pictures on a
Okay.
scale of 1 through 10.
All right, let's take a look.
He's pretty stylish. I mean, when he tries.
See, it's funny you're doing that because that's one of the things they do on the show. They have a segment called Risk It or Diss It.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
they have a segment on the show called Risk It or Diss It, and essentially what they do is they pick 3 people and they critique their outfits, whether they go to town and trash their outfits or like,
Really?
or simply, just talk positive about what they have on or what they would change, things like that. So yeah.
Okay.
So let's get it. Risk it or diss it time. Let's go.
That's kind of ironic. All right, so this is. I think he looks good. He's even got the Nikes on.
All right, let me see.
Yeah. Check that out.
Gotta get a closer look. Okay, see, I like that vibe. It's a nice casual vibe. I like the turtleneck on him. That's definitely a good look for him. He's got the rounded shades that fit his face with the rounded cap.
Yeah.
All right.
On a scale 1 through 10.
Cornelia looking clean.
Yeah, he's looking clean for his lady.
Let's see. Right. Let's see. I would give him an 8 because I feel like for my taste, there needs to be something a little bit more that pops out with the outfit.
Yeah.
But again, like if he's just, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with what he got on.
It's
He's
pretty
going for that more
minimal.
subtle- Yeah, he's going for the minimal, subtle look too. So
Yeah.
that's always a vibe. I'm just saying for mine's taste, I would probably like maybe switch up the shoes to make it more pop in color.
Yeah.
Where I see he went with the black and white. But other than that, yeah.
Let's see if we can find one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
One more.
Yeah,
Let's
shout
see.
out to you, John. Man. yeah, you looking stylish, my man.
Always.
You handsome, my brother. You handsome.
Always. Let's see. Man, he posts a lot of videos. Let's see. Yeah, we just saw him the other night, and he, like we discussed, he's going to Turkey for 5 months again. He just came back too. He just came back and he's leaving again.
You said he just came back.
He just came back and he's leaving again.
He loves Turkey. He ain't gonna let me. He ain't never gonna.
He
leave
loves
Turkey.
what's in Turkey.
Yeah, I love John though. He has such a good energy and positivity about him, man. Like no matter what happens, like you know what I'm saying. He always expresses happiness and good energy. So. He's always fun to be around. We'll do this one. All right. Let me see.
Yeah, we'll do this one.
Let me take a look. Okay, see, like I ain't got nothing bad to say about this outfit because this is a staple John look right here. Like
that was John from like 2 years ago too. Yeah,
this is a staple John look. I like the accessories of the rings. I fuck with the Nike sweater. Yeah, got the little gold brown tones in it. It's got the pocket chain. Yo, I'm even digging the like that slightly dirty white shoe look. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sometimes you gotta have a
Yeah,
little.
yeah, like I notice people rock that vibe sometimes. You know what I mean? You know, because that pure white look doesn't always look good on every outfit. So,
like my shoes, these are pure white.
yeah,
Pure
okay.
white
You got the
shoes.
pure white, so okay, you got the pure whites on. Yeah,
Yeah.
So no, I dig the vibe. I dig the pose.
Scale 1 through 10.
I'll give this one a 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll give this
you
one
get
a
10
10.
out of 10, Cornelio. 10 out of 10.
I'll give this one a 10. Even where he shot the picture with the aesthetic in the background, like that sets the tone too. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Nice, man. Nice. Last but not least, what about me?
Last but not least, what about you?
What about me? We got the shoes, Adidas. There's a little like these are a little old, but shirt.
All right. If I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you tried, but you didn't try hard enough.
Damn.
So I'm gonna give.
I think you are right though.
I'm gonna give you a 6, my man.
A 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a 6, my man. And the
Okay.
reason I'm saying is like I've seen you style yourself better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know like for you, I would probably go with more of like that clean cut look. More
The
like,
clean cut, like
yeah.
no hair, no facial. hair?
No, not so. Sorry, my bad. More of that like, more of that classier type of vibe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. More of that classier. So like, I would say like some Aldo shoes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Put on some Aldo shoes.
Yeah.
And then you got the like slim fitted cargos.
I've been looking into those actually.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then maybe like a nice. If that was a nice little button up too, that would be.
I've been looking at button ups too.
See,
actually,
bro, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, okay.
that's the vibe. I would say that you would look most.
I
fire.
wouldn't mind getting a button up similar to that shirt.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I dig this shirt too. Yeah.
I give you a 10 out of 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you gotta do that coconut water.
Coconut water.
Boom.
No chocolate coconut water.
Nah, I don't fuck with that chocolate coconut water.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense. All right, sip to that though.
When I looked at that, I was like, nah, you can't mix chocolate and water and then coconut together like that. No.
Look, you can't wait for this interview to be over. You about to pour that shit out as soon as I leave it. You over there babysitting.
My babysitting. Yeah. That's what I do at parties. If like someone wants to do a shot with me, I'll just pretend to do it. Like,
got the thumb over it and shit.
I'll be like, here's another shot, ladies. And then I'll pretend. But then they're actually doing the shots.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
No, I don't do that. But yeah, no, it's awesome that you're growing from when I last saw you to now. And then obviously, especially after what you've been through a couple years ago, you know. Yeah, like
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
I don't really want to get into it too much.
No, yeah, I know.
It's like a lot's happened, but
let's just say you're doing better now.
Yes,
it seems like yes,
absolutely.
You're
what I will
now.
say, it was a necessary process for me to go through that for my evolutionary journey.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
hey man, you're doing better now. That's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how you have kids, right?
I do.
Yeah, you have kids. How many do you have?
So I have 6 kids total.
Yeah, 6 kids.
Yeah. So
I remember there's twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have 2 sets of twins, a younger daughter, and then a stepson who I've raised most of his life. So he's my son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. He calls me dad. I call him son. So
how's father life?
Oh, it's great, man. Especially now that they're older. Because my oldest are 13 and my youngest is 9.
Oh, they're all growing.
Yeah, they're a lot more at an age where they're independent.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of take care of themselves. You know, if like as long as they got YouTube and TikTok, they're good. Like
that's a thing now with TikTok.
And Roblox. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and all I got to do pretty much is, hey, you good? All right, cool. You know what I mean?
Good?
Like you hungry? All right, cool.
Do they know what you do, like with directing videos? Have they seen some of your work?
They do. And I gotta say, like, I like the response and feedback that I get from my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they do see my work and watch and follow the things that I do, because they get really excited and they ask questions. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that they show curiosity in what it is that I do. And I hope that stems inspiration within them. That's why, I kind of continue to do what I do. It's because it's like it gets them excited about it, and so they're like, "Yo, you got another shoe, Dad?" Like, "Oh, you're dressed like that. You gotta shoot." Like
they know
like,
just based off of how you're dressing.
Yeah, like because I usually dress down. Obviously, everybody has their dress down moments. So like when they see me dressed up, they're like, "Let me guess, you gotta shoot." I'm
what
like,
you got going on today?
Yeah, like they're like, "Who you shooting with this time?" I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to
has any of your kids
interview with a vibe today."
Yeah, ooh, yeah, there you go.
Right. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been or has any of your kids ever been part of your shoots or done work with you?
Yes, a couple. So I've done a shoot with one of my daughters called Playtime. It was more of like something during Halloween, where it was kind of the inspiration behind that was like showcasing the possession a kid feels when they're wild with emotion. And so it was kind of a creepy video where these broken Barbie dolls, because my kids like pretty much they broke all their old toys. So I'm like, let me use their broken toys.
They rip their heads off.
Yeah, to my creative advantage. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, these heads are already ripped off. Let me use that to my advantage, And so I scattered them in like a ritual pile around my daughter. Yeah, and she was just like hammering like the head on the ground, and then she like looks up at the camera and her eyes are all bulged, and it's like, if you don't play with us, then we'll kill you. And then it cuts off. Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Oh wow,
yeah, it was dope. I wanted to do more, but then like became like
that fits with the horror theme with Halloween. Was it around Halloween? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I just like doing dark shit like that now.
Yeah.
Now that like things have full circled for me,
That's good. Have you ever?
It's fun.
Do you ever vision yourself expanding into more like movie roles, like directing movies? Sitcoms.
That is the goal. That is the goal. And essentially what I'm doing right now is molding myself for that. So, it's not something I want to rush into. So I'm learning the tricks of the trade and sharpening myself as much as possible in many areas. So then that way it equips me, with the ability to be able to take on, larger projects such as movies and films of that nature.
Yeah.
So it's something that I've been learning, something I've been educating myself on, and, I'm just enjoying the ride for now.
Do you watch movies specifically for ideas? Like any movies for ideas?
No, it's actually the opposite. I don't watch anything or listen to anything to stem my inspiration. So like it's interesting for me. So like the way my creativity stems in a way, and I want to do a video on it too. So it's essentially, I'm in this dark room, kind of just like strapped to a chair, sitting in a chair right now, right? But it's this empty, black, dark room. And then there's like this screen that appears, right? And then that screen just gets filled with a bunch of random things that get pieced together. So none of them make sense, but it's my job, to calculate it and make sense to something that projects on this screen. And then I watch it like a movie. Yeah. And if it entertains me, then I use it and translate it into real life.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't, then it goes in this trash bin, or it goes in the scramble pile and readjusts and then presents something new.
Yeah.
It's like the way I explain it too. It's almost, sometimes it's like, you seen like the Iron Man scene where like the screen comes up and he moves it with his fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like in my head, but in this empty, dark room.
Okay.
So it's like my creativity just kind of calculates like this, and then I come up with, all right, cool. Let's have a banana fight a pickle and and bleed to death when they in this bloodbath. You know what I mean? Like it's just random shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's essentially what it does. And that's how my creativity comes.
That's very interesting. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot going on up here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think I asked you this like a while back and I totally forgot. What is your real name? Because I know Booger's not your real name.
Yeah. So Julian is my real name.
Julian, okay.
Julian, yeah.
I was like talking to Levi. I'm like, okay. Well,
yeah. So and Booger actually came from. So when I was in college, I took an elective, and it was rock and roll was the class. I learned about the history of rock and roll, and my teacher always educated us and said like all music stems from blues. Like he was like, fuck rock and roll, all music's from blues. And so it ended up becoming more of a blues class. And then I started learning and seeing some of the names. And one of the like musicians, his name was Booger. It was like a common nickname back in that day.
Yeah.
And so I liked the aspect in which it had like this soul brother type of vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Booger man, hey, Booger. You know, like it was that soul brother vibe. So I was receptive to that. I was like, you know what? I kind of like that. And then on top of that, it's marketable.
It
like,
is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're hearing somebody named Booger, you're only going to identify me. Like, there's not going to be many people named Booger.
It worked with me because when I was finding people to interview when I was first doing it, I was just like scrolling through Instagram, and then I somehow came upon your name. I don't know how. It must have been mutual people I was following.
Yeah.
And then I saw Booger. And then like your profile also looked interesting. I'm like, who's this guy? And I'm like, oh, and he lives in Phoenix. Okay, cool. I'm going to hit him up.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, that's awesome. Yeah, and it's because the name is so silly, it's the fact that anything like you question, your curiosity, you know, it gets intrigued by it. And so it's kind of like almost a funnel, if you will, just simply off the name to, you know, to just receive more engagement, or at least have, you know, my name stick to memory.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just, you know, it was a nickname that stuck, and then been that for years.
Yeah. I won't forget your real name this time though, Julian.
Yeah,
there you
Julian,
go.
that was the real name. Yeah.
Julian Jones?
No, it's Julian Smith.
Oh, so Jones, you just added the Jones part too.
The Jones just flow. The Jones just flow.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Julian Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The Jones just flow with it, so it's just Booger Jones. So
I like that.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Make that your rap name if you ever become a rapper.
yeah, man.
Do you have any plans to do more like music yourself? Like be in a music video, you rapping?
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
Push to the limit.
Yeah. My kids still talk about that damn video, man. No, it was cool. That the only reason I did that video was because this company, this jewelry company, had reached out, and they wanted me to create some creative video on their behalf, and they said they would pay me for it. And so I told them I would come up with some like type of like rap sequence video, just to kind of showcase and show off the jewelry, and I would rap about their product.
Yeah.
You know, if they pay me this price, and they were all for it. And so I just came up with a freestyle, and I remember going into John J5 Media. J5, that John.
John.
I remember going up in his
the
room.
Cooler John. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I remember going to John's room, and I shit you not, he had like this microphone that we put like a T-shirt, like that he like wrapped around and rubber banded this T-shirt, so that way it cover the mic and wasn't too like my P's and S's weren't like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. I don't know what you call that, but like,
is it like a pop filter?
Yeah, the little filter. Yeah. So we had the little T-shirt that was over there, and I was just rapping. He was like, yo, try not to be too loud, because my roommate's asleep in the next room. I'm like, so I'm over here trying to like grind with energy while not trying to wake up his roommate and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he ended up piecing it together, and we came up with that video, and it turned out great. And,
came natural for you too.
No, thank you, man. Yeah, it turned out great.
It was very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm happy with how it came out, and so is the brand. So
yeah. And I before we even started this, you said you've lived in Arizona for 30 years.
Oh yeah,
30
man.
years,
like 30 plus, man.
Yeah. What have you? So you living here longer than I've been alive. What kind of changes have you seen in Arizona in the last 30 years? Mainly creatively. What changes have you seen? Artistically.
What changes have I seen?
Yeah.
Well, artistically, the fact that it even exists now, that it's so mainstream now, I should say. Not to say that it didn't exist then, but it's a lot more mainstream now because we have social media.
I should say the culture, say.
Yeah, exactly. The culture has expanded so much significantly more because we have more visibility. You know what I'm saying? And especially with social media, we have more eyes to be able to set up more events and, show off our creativity and things of that nature. But, biggest change, Blockbuster.
Blockbuster being gone, yeah. And Hollywood Video, too.
Yeah, Hollywood Video, but man.
Yeah, I used to go to Hollywood Video all the time. That was my Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster was my shit when I was younger. But.
Yeah, so I feel like even in the last 5 to 10 years, Phoenix has changed.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything's changing
absolutely
quickly.
Like, it's rapidly been changing. Like I remember like when everybody first started out at the bird wall on Roosevelt Row and
I don't
had
even
their
know what the bird wall is.
bro, like so Roosevelt Row in downtown Phoenix, you know, everyone would always take pictures in front of the murals and had their selfie sticks and shit. And that used to be, and it used to be like meetups. People would just come and meet up outside and shit. But now it's like a whole new ball game. Now it's like
There's First Friday. There's all that where people meet up and stuff.
yeah. Like First Fridays, I love First Friday.
Yeah.
But what I'm meaning is like the expectation of what creativity is today is so much has drastically changed too.
It's crazy.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like before, like it was okay to take pictures with your iPhones and use selfie sticks and, you know, have group meetups. But now it's like if you don't have a studio shooting with an IMAX camera, you get made fun of. You know what I mean? Like it's so interesting now. Like the expectation now is become more Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Technology taking over. What's your opinion on AI now being more prevalent with everything?
With AI being more prevalent, I love it, to be honest. I love it. You know, most people fear it to some degree or nature, but I honestly love it.
What do you love about it?
I love the fact that it's an additional tool to be utilized for our convenience. No different than the cell phone or computer or
that's
social media, or you know what I'm saying. It doesn't take us over or control us any more or less differently than anything else we're currently utilizing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be consumed by no AI as they're scrolling through being consumed by TikTok
and
you
Google
I mean?
and all that.
Yeah,
and Instagram,
you know what I mean? So it's just more of the same. Like we complain about change, but we still adapt to it.
Well, change happens so quick. I feel like you have to adapt to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you get left behind, and nobody wants to be left behind.
I feel like with kids in school nowadays, though, too, with AI, everything is just gonna come easier for them to like just cheat or just like fly by too. You know,
absolutely.
Hey, type in a 100-word essay on aliens. Boom, that does it for you.
No, absolutely, no. Absolutely. But in a sense, it could also be more challenging because there could also be an AI to combat that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we noticed the essay you wrote has an AI tag from this source. You know what I mean? That I've caught. Plagiarism. Whatever.
What's your opinion on like the pictures being not real when they do look real because of AI?
Ooh, like the real pictures and voices.
The voices and all that.
That's the new trend I've been seeing lately.
I heard Michael Jackson doing a song of The Weeknd. I feel it coming. It's so weird.
Exactly, where they had the celebrity AI singing different songs. Honestly, that stuff's gonna go away easily. You know what I mean? It's only trendy and a fad now, but like I feel like that stuff's gonna go away. And like we have it, but I mean we're always gonna differentiate the real from the fake. I feel like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. There'll eventually be regulations on it, I guess, if it becomes too real.
I don't know. With you being a graphic designer, you're saying it's getting harder and harder to, differentiate with what's real and what's fake.
I agree. We'll definitely probably get to it.
What do you think we'll look like in 10 years from now? Technology-based anything. The world.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I believe we'll get to a point where we figured out a way to fully integrate into a virtual world.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. You know what I honestly feel? I feel like if they mastered technology in a way that would consume your sex life, that would win everyone over.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like if you were able to like on some Black Mirror shit, be able to tap into a world and actually feel the stimulation of sex.
Oh, like that episode with the video game, like they're playing a game and stuff.
Yes. If you were able to if they were able to master technology in that nature, I feel like that would win everybody over. Like
no commitments either with that.
Yeah, like I really do. I really do. Like like you see how fucking profitable the porn industry alone is. So imagine being able to interact with the porn you actually watching. Like that would win everybody over. 2
podcast episodes in a row discussing porn.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, can you imagine? You don't have to worry about commitment with another person. You just do your thing.
Yeah, and it would definitely ruin that too.
It would ruin relationships.
Even more so than today's time with social media.
Would you consider that cheating? Like, okay, for example, if someone's in a relationship or married and then guy or girl, they're getting off doing something else with that virtual whatever, and then the guy doesn't like it or the girl doesn't like it, would you consider that cheating?
I personally wouldn't consider that cheating, but I have a different like perspective on cheating entirely. So like, no, I don't consider that cheating, but
because it's not like physical though. At the same, it's not physical.
Yeah, but
that's
like,
why I wouldn't consider it cheating.
But if you're someone who cares more about the mental aspect more than the physical, then that would be cheating. Right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You're mentally consumed with something else outside of, you know what I mean? Like,
other than your significant other.
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly.
So would you consider being addicted to porn also cheating if you're getting more consumption of that? You're enjoying that more than
in the aspect of what society considers cheating. I feel like if you consume yourself to where it becomes a problem for your relationship, then yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because all relationships require communication. And if that communication is conflicted, then it's up to both partners to figure out whether or not that still works for them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, if
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's consumed in a nature that,
if it's causing problems.
Yes, exactly. You know, but like if you're consumed in it and you're like, oh, hi, what do you want for dinner? All right. You know, keep fapping, you know, then I wouldn't see that as cheating then.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You know, same scenario, but different mentalities.
Kind of different topic, but no, definitely different topic. I noticed you and I have like a lot of similar tastes with women.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we getting into that?
Yeah. All right. I remember because you like repost on your stories of like models and stuff.
Okay.
And then I'll comment saying, "Ooh, she's beautiful," and you're like, "Yeah," and then.
Man, I ain't got nothing to say about nothing, man. Like,
I hope I'm not putting you out on the spot. You're not in a relationship right now, are you?
Huh?
You're not in a relationship right now?
No,
okay,
no.
Good. Okay.
No. Nah, you ain't getting me in trouble or nothing.
Okay,
good.
You're
good. Yeah.
No, but I noticed like we have similar tastes because
absolutely.
Sometimes I'll scroll on your story and they're beautiful, but I'm like, okay, they're beautiful. But then there's that one or two that I have to comment on. I'm like, oh, she's very beautiful, you know? And you're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, you gotta say the like all suave and shit. Yeah, no. But I agree. I feel like some of our tastes are pretty similar. To be honest, yeah.
If I remember, this was a long time ago. I might be getting it wrong or right. I don't know. But there was this like, she was light skinned and had dreads or something like that, going down long dreads. This is a long time ago. I had a comment on that.
I couldn't even tell you, brother. I couldn't even tell you. Like, all I gotta say, bro, is that here in Arizona, we do have some beautiful women. You know, and I definitely appreciate, their beauty, their mentalities, their queen goddess vibes, all of it. You know what I mean?
Now you're sounding like John Cornelius.
No, but for real, like out of the people, individuals, creatives, models that I've met, they, not only does their beauty show, but like their mentality does truly show, because like, they're able to, hold a conversation for one. They're able to articulate themselves professionally, which is something I truly, really respect is, they're able, to truly protect themselves in a way that, that you have no choice but to respect them as they deserve, you know what I mean? Because a lot of what I've seen too is, there's a lot of conflicts because of their beauty.
Exactly.
That they encounter, but like, I try to be, I try to provide that level of comfortability and, and good nature and good vibes, with any of, the people that I shoot with. So that way it's not a conflicting nature. They don't, that way they don't feel uncomfortable per se.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, no, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, but it's
totally fine.
Yeah.
Before we end this interview, I want to say, I feel like you could be pretty motivational, like just talking to people and like just being uplifting, I should say.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say to anyone that may watch this, or just in general, like people that are going through hard times or are stuck, or just if they're stuck creatively, just in general, like any motivational,
just like any
thing you could, any motivational thing. Yeah.
Dang. It's funny. I be thinking of motivational shit all the time, but when you put me on the spot, it's like I don't
Lights,
even-
camera, action.
Yeah, lights, camera, action type
Yeah.
shit. But nah, honestly, I would say with everything that I've been through, just know as long as you're putting forth the effort and level of dedication into something you're truly wanting to do or truly wanting to achieve, then there is always going to be an end goal. You know, there's always going to be like a finish line for that, for lack of a better way. Because it's like if I don't know, it's hard to say like without sounding dumb or cliche, but it's if you're not dead, you're alive. And I've always been a firm believer is like there's only two kinds of people in this world: those that do and those that don't. You know what I mean?
Plain and simple.
That's literally just those two choices. And
Plain and simple.
It's like if you're not achieving the things that you know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're not in a place that you feel like you should be, then you're obviously a don'ter. You know what I mean? Rather than a doer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
Yeah, it's like the matter of effort you put in, the matter of
Trying
it's
to
all
keep
it's
things
all
simple.
mindset.
Yeah,
It's all mindset.
Absolutely. And most people know it's mindset. Like we all know it's mindset. That's why we get frustrated with ourselves because we know it's mindset.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier said than done, but it really is easier once you just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Regardless of the consequences, the outcomes, so on and so forth. Because I honestly feel like we all know what we need to do. You know what I mean? Like regardless if we seek out advice from other people or, you know, try to wait it out until life gets better, then I'll do it. Like it will never get better. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're still going to go through the same shit that you're always going to go through because you're not doing anything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and we all got our shit.
We all got our shit. That's it. We all got our shit.
And we all got our shit.
And speaking of shit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. Like once you drink it more and more.
I get it, bro. It's an acquired taste, but
once you drink it more and more.
like I said, I fuck with it because it keeps me hydrated, especially now that it's getting hot.
Yeah, it is getting hot. Yeah.
You don't have to buy ice from drug dealers now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's getting so damn hot.
Hey, cheers though. Cheers.
Hey, cheers, my man.
Hey, thanks for coming out, man. This was actually a good time catching up with you again. This is my
Yeah,
first
man.
time seeing you in years.
Hey, it's definitely good to see you, man. And I appreciate, the talk and appreciate you having me on the show.
The legend, Booger Jones.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
being a legend.
Hey,
Keep being a legend.
Always. Same to you, my man.
Yeah, and I can't wait to have you on again in the future.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, until next time.
Peace.